Commander Kelly.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
The time has come. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my review on this week's episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars. I did not waste time. As soon as I woke up, I just went straight to my computer and watched that episode. And this episode did no means disappoint at all. It was just what we were expecting as we were on the edge of our seats as Order 66 was called in. And finally, we see it all. How Ahsoka survives, how Darth Maul's involved, how Rex didn't follow Order 66. Everything in this episode just had me on the edge of my seat. So mind-blowing. Some things here I did not see coming, I did not expect, but it still worked so well. But what was the biggest thing of all was this amazing shout out from...
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
That's right, guys. Star Wars Rogues One. We were given a shout out to that through that line right there. I could not believe what I saw when I saw that, because Star Wars Rogues One is one of my favorite Star Wars films, mainly because it did not deal with the Jedi or Sith, which is what most of these films and TV series have always been about. Most of them, per se, but still, to get that was a proud moment indeed. But now that I put that out of the way, we got to get into the main thing here, and that is Order 66. Or better yet, let's start from the beginning with how when they were in hyperspace, before that order was given, Ahsoka, through the ways of the Force, saw Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker's confrontation from Revenge of the Sith. And let me just say, that scene right there, compared to seeing Revenge of the Sith, man, this scene right here just kills that out of the park. Because for one, you see all the emotions that's going through Ahsoka as she's sensing it through the Force. Of course, she doesn't know exactly what's going on. All she just knows is something terrible has happened to Anakin. But she doesn't know exactly the full details of how terrible what she sensed was. And that only kills at the heart even more. It's so heart-wrenching. I just really don't know how to put it into words. But then things came to a head when Ahsoka went to Rex to let her know what happened to Anakin. It was right there that the famous...
Execute Order 66.
Yes, Lord Sidious.
That's right, guys. Order 66 was there. But what was the most interesting thing about this is that right off the bat, now you guys remember how in Revenge of the Sith, this happened, and it happened out of nowhere, really, that most of us really couldn't react to it the way we probably should have reacted to it. Now, I did say in my last video that we probably all felt kind of strange or heart-wrenched or something, but not in the level that we are here right now. Because as soon as those stormtroopers, especially the ones with their mask plated with Ahsoka's face on there, face paint and stuff, turned on her, that was gut-wrenching enough. But the real thing came here was when finally we see how Rex defied Order 66. And then that is the spot that he didn't defy it per se. He hesitated with it at first. You could even see a tear going down his eyes. He knew what was happening. And why did he know what was happening? It is all thanks to that incident that happened earlier in the Star Wars series. That being the incident with one of his clone troopers called Fives, the one who got the early order of Order 66 due to the malfunction in his chip. It turns out his sacrifice wasn't in vain when he tried to warn him, but he couldn't get to it. but it was enough to make Rex know and file a report on it that he knew something was going on with those chips in their heads. That's why he was crying and why he was hesitating, because he knew what was going on. And before he got a chance to even shoot Ahsoka, he warned her to find Fives and check out the incident with what was going on so she could know what was going on. And by golly, thank good he did, because if it wasn't for that, Ahsoka would have been dead. And let me just show you another scene right here. Yeah, Ahsoka fighting off the clones, but it's the music that is playing during that time that made it even more heart-wrenching and impactful, because that's the same song that was used when Anakin was on Mustafar, surveying the entire scene after killing all the separatists. It was unbelievable. It was just gut-wrenching all around. I'm just probably going to keep saying this all over the place because it's just that true. But I gotta keep moving on here, because like I said, she knew about Fives thanks to Rex, so she went to find out what was going on. And she finds out first by getting Maul, who she uses as a distraction. Although that was not before Maul had a chance to chuckle and enjoyment and mockery on how the Jedi are fallen, and an admiration of what Sidious did. Because here's the thing, while Maul knew Order 66 was coming, he didn't know the full details. But when Ahsoka came and freed him, did he finally see it? And I gotta say, him chuckling like that was just something I couldn't help but laugh at. Maybe because I never really saw Maul laugh or anything like that. But either way, it was still nice to see. But it was also good to see that while Ahsoka sees that he's her best option for a distraction and they're not teaming up, something tells me they will have to team up if they're to escape that ship, along with Rex here. And I will get to that here in a minute. Or actually, because after separating with Maul, she went to find some other allies in unlikely of places, and I did not expect this, as the astromechs that were on the ship were her last chance of being saved. The astromech R7, which is her astro droid, played a major role in this, and I was shocked. I was like, oh no way, the astromechs are gonna play a role in this too? That's awesome, because seriously, astromechs have been a major help for people out there in the galaxy. Well, warrior-wise, if I might add on that one. But if there's anything this episode it shows that you gotta always rely on your astromech, because they are more helpful than you realize. And yeah, like Anakin and Ahsoka, if I had one, I treat it like a friend, because heck, with the way they help you out in life, it just wouldn't feel right to me to just wipe out their memories. And especially after you see R2, who's never had his memories wiped, got to have a personality of his own. But that aside there, with the astromech's help, was she able to find the file that Rex was told her about, and not only that, create a plan with those guys to rescue Rex and get that inhibitor chip off, which is where that line of
I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
That's where that shout out for the Rogue Ones came in. And by golly, I cannot tell y'all how mind blown I was by that. But then finally, when Rex had that chip out, he was all back to normal, and this is where it ended. And all I gotta say is I wish it didn't end right there. It was so amazing. I was at the edge of my seat, and then when it ended, I was like, no! Just now, these last 3 episodes, man, guys, it's just been off the chain. I really don't even know what more to say other than that. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. Also, another thing to note that happened before Order 66 is that Ahsoka met with the Jedi Council. And of course, yes, like we saw, the strained relationship she had with them was shown again, and it was shown without hesitation whatsoever. And that's to be expected. But what it was here that in that meeting was that she was very close to wanting to tell them about what Darth Maul, or better yet, no, scratch that. She didn't necessarily want to tell them. She wanted to talk with Anakin about it. And that was about what Darth Maul said to her about what Anakin turned into the dark side. But this is the kicker right here. It was during that meeting that she had a chance, possibly a chance that she could have probably prevented this from happening or prevented Order 66 from happening. But let's face it, guys, there are many things that could have happened to prevent Order 66. Like I said before, there are a lot of things that led to that moment. It's the fault of Anakin, the Jedi, everybody's at fault in that situation there. So it doesn't matter what happens, who is more to blame or what. I'm not saying this so we can start pointing fingers. I'm just putting it all out there and letting y'all know that let's not get into that in the comment sections or anywhere else. And let's just admit that what happened and everyone did their part that messed it up. But it was still also nice to see her and Yoda have at least one moment alone before Yoda left himself. It at least shows that Yoda was trying to show her that he still cares for her and he hopes everything will be okay. And that things are cool between them. While she didn't necessarily say things are okay between them, there was a part of her no doubt saying that it's all right, Master. I know you believed in me back then. At least that's how I'd like to see it. And now we are into the final episode for the final season and the series of Clone Wars. I would like to think, does Bail Organa also show up at the end of the last episode? Because if there's one thing we gotta remember about Bail Organa is that he realized something was going amiss here with the Jedi being executed and stuff, and he wanted to intercept some and save them from getting caught in the Order 66. We know he got Yoda and Obi-Wan out, and considering her history in Star Wars Rebels with the Rebellion and Organa, I suspect he's gonna somehow get to her too. I hope he does, and if not, at least it'll still be good to finally see how she escapes the ship and starts to go on the run and be in hiding till Star Wars Rebels. But that'll be it for today, guys, and hey, if you're enjoying my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos, and until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!